Hello all my yarny friends, I'm Sarah and welcome back to my crochet channel. Today's video I'm going to show you how to make a cozy for your pie plates. Now this will fit a 9-inch pie pan or plate, and these are my Pyrex ones, and I've had these for many years. As a matter of fact, these were wedding gifts almost 40 years ago, and they're your basic 9-inch pie pan with the little handles, and I love them, but they'll fit any 9-inch pie pan. These koozies or cozies are super good for lots of reasons. You can use them, of course, to separate your Pyrex glass pie pans or even your metal ones. And they're also great to put on a pie if you're the one who's going to bring the pie over for, say, Thanksgiving or a birthday or Christmas or whatever you're celebrating. They make it nice because it'll keep your pie warm or cold and also protect your hands. If you're taking over a frozen pie, your hands might get cold. If you're taking over a hot pumpkin pie, your hands might get warm. So they have lots of uses. You can find the complete pattern with pictures for the pie cozy on my blog. And as always, I'll put that link down in the notes underneath this video. To make your pie pan or pie dish or pie plate cozy, you're going to need some cotton yarn. And I really recommend that you use a cotton. That way it washes up nicely and it doesn't wear like acrylic can. And also, if you're carrying around hot dishes, I like to use these for scalloped potatoes as well. And if you're carrying around a hot dish, that acrylic is not going to hold up for you. This one here that I made, I use this. I love this cotton. This is a Hobby Lobby cotton. It's called Christmas Print. And then I did the trim in just a solid red of peaches and cream. For today's demonstration, I want to make one that has a little bit of a fall or Thanksgiving look to it. So I'm going to use this yarn. It's called Crafter's Secret Cotton. And the name of this yarn is called Auburn Clay. And I had some left from a previous project, and so this is what I'm going to use for the main color of my cozy. And then I'm going to trim it with this beige just as contrast. You don't have to change colors on the end. You can do it all in one color, or get in your yarn stash, whatever cottons you have left, and stripe it up however you want to. You're going to need a total of 4 ounces of yarn. And basically you need 3 ounces of your color 1 and 1 ounce of your color 2. All right, so we're going to be stitching with our 5.0 millimeter crochet hook. That is an H hook. You need a needle just to weave in ends and a pair of scissors. And don't forget, some 9-inch pie pans as well. We're going to begin with our slip knot, and we're going to chain 5 chains. We're going to join this chain 5 into a circle. So we'll put the tail of our yarn over our hook and pull it through this loop. And then we'll snug that down. And then we'll just tie that stay knot that'll keep our loop from coming undone. If you prefer to use the magic circle at this point, you certainly can. We're going to put our hook through the loop, pull up a loop, and chain 3. This chain 3 counts as our first double crochet. And now we're going to stitch 9 more double crochets, so we'll have a total of 10. Yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, and go through the second 2. That's our double crochet. So now we have 2 and we need 8 more double crochets. There's 4, 6, this will make 8, 9, and 10. Now I always count just to make sure. Here's our chain 3, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to join to our chain 3 with a slip stitch and chain 3. Now, before we go on and do row 2, we're going to turn this over. We're going to gently pull on this string because we stitched our stitches over that tail of yarn, and just close that up. And then we'll just go ahead and take our needle and weave this in. If you prefer to do this at the end of your project, you certainly can. I just like to go ahead and get it over with. And now we have our round 1, 10 double crochets, joined to the chain 3 and chained 3. For round 2, our chain 3 counts as our first double crochet, and we want to stitch a second double crochet right in that same stitch as our chain 3. And then we'll stitch 2 double crochets in each of those stitches around. Two double crochets in each of those 10 double crochets. So we had 10 for row 1, and then for row 2 we'll have 20 double crochets, 2 in each one. Then we'll join back to our chain 3. I stitched 2 double crochets in each of those 10, so I have 20 double crochets. I'm going to join to the chain 3 with a slip stitch and chain 3. And for round 3, we're just basically repeating what we did on round 2. We're going to double crochet in the same stitch as our chain 3, and then stitch 2 double crochets in each of the double crochets around. So for round or row 3, we're again stitching 2 double crochets in each of those double crochets around, and then we'll join back to our chain 3. I stitched 2 double crochets in each of those double crochets around, so I have 40 double crochets for row 3. I joined to my chain 3 and chained 3, just like we did on those 2 previous rows. Now, for row or round 4, we're going to, again, our chain 3 counts as our first double crochet, and then we'll stitch 2 double crochets in the next double crochet. 1 and 2. Now we'll stitch 1 double crochet in the next and 2 double crochets in the next. I call this doing 1 and 2 because we're alternating doing 1 double crochet in the next stitch and 2 double crochets in the next. And this is what we're going to do all the way around for row 4. 1 double crochet in the next and 2 double crochets in the next, and repeat all the way around for row or round number 4. One and 2. All the way around, and again join back to our chain 3. I completed row 4, stitching 1 and 2, 1 and 2 all the way around, and you're going to have 60 double crochets. Another thing is on row 4, it may seem that they're bunched up and your row is a little bit ripply. Don't worry about it. Row 5 will straighten that all out. All right, so I joined to my chain 3 and chained 3. And for row 5, we're just going to place 1 double crochet in each of those double crochets around. So our chain 3 counts as our first, so we'll go right in that next one and stitch 1 double crochet. And then we'll just stitch 1 double crochet in each of the double crochets, working all the way around this row. And this is where you'll notice that row 5 will help flatten out row 6. And this, of course, is the bottom flat portion of our pie pan, or pie dish, or pie plate. All right, and so by just stitching one double crochet in each of those stitches around, it'll flatten that out to the nice circle that we need it to be. Then we'll join back to our chain 3 and chain 3. I have completed row 5, stitching one double crochet in each double crochet around. So again, I have 60 double crochets. We joined to our chain 3 and chained 3. For row 6, we're going to do what I call 2 and 2, which means we'll stitch one double crochet in 2 and then 2 double crochets in the next. So our chain 3 counts as 1. We'll stitch one double crochet in the next stitch and then 2 double crochets in the next. 1 and 2. All right, and so that's what we're going to repeat all the way around for row 6. 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches and 2 double crochets in the next. 1 and 2. All right, so this is our repeat. 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches and 2 double crochets in the next. And we'll repeat this, working all the way around for row 6. One double crochet in the next 2, 2 double crochets in the next, and repeat, working all the way around, and again join back to our chain 3. So I repeated for row 6, 1 double crochet in the next 2 and 2 in the next. So you'll have 80 double crochets around. We're going to join to the chain 3 with a slip stitch, and this time we're only going to chain 1. And for row 7, we're going to place 1 single crochet in each of the double crochets around. So make sure we go right in that first stitch. There we go. And stitch 1 single crochet in each of the double crochets all the way around. So for row 7, we're stitching 1 single crochet in each of those 80 double crochets around. I stitched 1 single crochet in each of the double crochets around, and you may notice that it's wanting to curl up a little. That's what we want it to do, so it hugs the bottom of our pie dish or pan. Now, here's my last single crochet. We want to make sure that we join to the first single crochet, not the chain 1. If you join to the chain 1, you'll end up accidentally adding an extra stitch, and then your stitch count will be off. All right, so we're going to join to the first single crochet and chain 1. And now what we're going to do for the next 3 rows is repeat row 7. We're going to stitch 1 single crochet in each single crochet around for 3 more rows. So we're repeating row 7 3 more times. So I stitched those 3 more rows of 1 single crochet in each single crochet around. Now, this is the inside of your cozy or koozie, and this is the outside. All right, and you will notice it will curve up just a little bit, and that's so it hugs the shape of that pan. All right, so each row that we did should have 80 single crochets, and we have a total of 4 rows because we did one and then repeated it 3 more times. I'm going to change colors. All right, so I did a chain 1, so I'm going to pull that out. I'm going to cut my yarn and bring in my next color. So since I am changing colors for the last 3 rows, I'm going to bring in my beige color, or my color 2, and then I'm going to stitch a chain 1. And on this row, we're basically just repeating what we did on row 7. We're stitching 1 single crochet in each of those single crochets around. And again, if you don't want to change colors and you want to do your pie koozie in all one color, then you'll just do another row of single crochet in the color that you're using. But I want mine to look like it has a little bit of a trim at the top, just a change of color for fun. And so for row 11, again, we're just stitching 1 single crochet in each of those single crochets around. So I stitched that additional row with my new color, 1 single crochet in each single crochet around. I joined to my first single crochet and chained 1. And again, our chain 1 does not count as a stitch. It's just merely gets us up where we need to be. Now we're going to form those little handles. And so what we're going to do is we're going to stitch 1 single crochet in the first 16 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So we stitched 1 single crochet in the first 16 stitches. Now we're going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to skip 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we'll single crochet in the next stitch. Now we're going to single crochet in the next 31 stitches, so counting this one, we'll have a total of 32. So counting where we joined with the single crochet, we should have 32 single crochets. And now we're going to again chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And skip 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And single crochet in the next. And then we'll single crochet in these last 15 stitches, so we'll have a total of 16. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 16 stitches. We're going to join to that first single crochet with a slip stitch and chain 1. Now let's take a look at this so that we understand what we did. So we started with 16 single crochets. We chained 10 but skipped only 8 stitches. All right, then we stitched 32 single crochets, and then again chained 10 and skipped 8 single crochets, and then we ended with 16 single crochets, and then we joined to our first single crochet and chained 1. So now we just have one more row to stitch. We're going to single crochet in that first stitch, single crochet in each of the single crochets across, I should say around, because this is a round pie plate koozie or pie pan koozie. So we'll stitch one single crochet in each of the single crochets. And then when we get to the handle, we're going to stitch in that space around the handle. I'm going to show you how to do that. Let me get right up there. I have 2 more stitches. 1 and 2. And then we're going to stitch 12 single crochets around this handle. All right, so we'll go in that space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, so we stitched 12 single crochets around that chain in that chain 10 space. Then we'll go right to that first single crochet and stitch 1 single crochet in each of these single crochets. And we'll repeat this till we get around to the other handle, and we'll stitch 12 single crochets in that chain 10 space again, and then 1 single crochet in each of those 16, and then join to the first one where we started. So I have completed this row. We did 16 single crochets, 12 in this chain 10 space to reinforce that handle, 1 single crochet in those 32, and then we repeated those 12 single crochets in this chain 10 space, and then 1 in those last 16 stitches. All right, so I'm going to join to my first single crochet with a slip stitch. I'm going to cut that yarn, and then I'm going to pull that in the next loop so it looks nice and neat. That way I can weave that in to the back. And I do have a little bit of weaving in to do here, and I'll do that with my needle. Something I have learned with working with cotton yarns, the easiest way to get them through your needle is to sort of open the end, flatten that out, and then sort of gently push that through. I just have a really hard time sometimes getting all those strands of cotton through my needle. All right, so we want to make sure these are weaved in good. Make sure you go through stitches, some of the fibers, and go back and forth, because this is something that's going to go through the laundry. You're going to spill whipped cream on it probably, or pie crust, and we want to make sure that that's going to stay as it goes through the washer and the dryer so you can use it over and over again. Here's our fall themed pie koozie or cozy on my Pyrex dish. There's my edges. Isn't that pretty? And I really like the way that this one fits and looks. And that's going to look beautiful with a pumpkin pie sitting in it. And then, of course, here's the one with Christmas theme. Whoops. And so you can do these in any colors that you want. And also, these make great separators for your glass pie dishes as well. But another thing that I think is a really cool idea is if you're going to a get-together and you're bringing, say, a pie, leave the cozy for the host. He or she may have done a lot of work to put together a wonderful meal, whether it's just a family get-together or for a holiday. And what a neat gift to give to the host to say, thank you for the hard work, and now here's something for you. And if it's dirty, remind them, toss it in the laundry to get the whipped cream or pie off of the cozy, because making them out of cotton makes it super easy to toss them in the laundry along with your dish towels, and they'll clean right up. And they'll have that for years to come as a reminder of your thank you.